Fuck it. So my live won't work. I'll record the morning motivation. Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Right. And shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the mostest, Marky Saint, and every day I get a lot. I'm alive. I'm alive. I love my life so much, man. I have to scream it to the stars, to the clouds, to the gods above, that I even get to travel this beautiful planet, that I even get to stay alive, and that I get all these lives that intersect with my life. And today is a celebration for life. Enzo passed away last Tuesday. Unfortunately, one of my good friends, a living legend, has died, and his energy has been transferred onto me, or in energy, the energy that we all have, that inner energy that we all have has transpired inside me. And I wanted to celebrate it this Tuesday, this morning motivation, because it was so important to me, man, that we all have a life to live, dude, that we all have this blessing called a life to live. And if we dare to live it, just like this legend, just like this living legend, all the opportunities will present itself. And it's such a blessing. Check it out over my shoulder. Just amazing, beautiful stream, nature, and fresh air. So I'm pinching myself this morning because it wouldn't work. The YouTube wouldn't work. I had a 2-hour conversation with my spiritual mentor, Terry Prince. Just got off the phone with him. I was starting to go to a little bit of a depression because my friend died, I mean, like literally one of my good friends has passed away. And I believe his energy still participates. I believe that he's still a part of this life, still a part of this planet. I don't believe that we dissipate. Matter of fact, I feel like we transform ourselves, and our energy goes from one place into another vessel, into another topic, into not another realm, but a different form. And this is why I'm having this conversation this morning, because my buddy just switched in his energy, and as my energy switches up into these other countries that I love, to be able to be free around the planet and to see the sunshine and smell the trees, and even a little bit of flower scented through the air. I mean, I made it. And it's more than clear that I made it in my mind first, wasn't afraid. They say your dreams are supposed to scare you. They definitely did. Who am I? I was thinking, and then it was like, why not me? And then it quickly transformed into a journey that's continually been 15 years growing, of traveling the world and saying to myself that I would do what came to my mind, including making my own designs, starting my own brands, and not being afraid to show who I am, inside and unapologetically, totally, honestly, and completely. That's what she's going to have to be. A lot of us are fearing our own shadow. A lot of us are afraid to keep living, and not this old man. Hey, Huba Boyka. This is my boy. Yes, bless. Huva Poika. Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. If that old man can do it, what's your excuse? Or like the guy that laughed me, or girl, I can't remember. I think it was a guy or a girl at Machu Picchu. It was actually at Rainbow Mountain, which is like 3 times taller than the other. We've got traffic going on here. What the hell's going on here? That the other guy was doing, and it's live. My life is live, and you're alive, and that was the whole point: is to be alive. This person was missing a leg, bro, and was lapping me up the hill. I was just like, holy shit, what's my excuse? I have all my 10 fingers. I have all my 10 toes. I got 2 eyes, 1 mouth, that I should use both my ears instead of always talking. Good morning. And that's what ended up happening. Yes, Moy. And that's what's ended up happening, that I shared my light with other people around the world, that I say good morning to people, and I walk through this beautiful forest and have conversations with the trees and smoke some trees and let the smoke in the breeze, and you know what I mean, Saints Addiction, baby. And then it became a reality that I wasn't afraid to talk to beautiful women. I wasn't afraid to travel the world. I wasn't my bank account. You're not your fucking khakis. And it's fucking true that these dreams that you have are visions too, that you have a responsibility to your consciousness to bring that switch forth, that you have light outside of you. There's a reason why you have a life. There's a reason why you have a light, that you're supposed to bring that forth to other people. people and say, hey, I can look that man in the eye and he'll get it done. There's a power in it, that energy that says that's almost possible. Like, I can see it in his eyes. Holy shit, he's not joking. He's really going to do it. He's really going to go travel the world with no money. He really is going to start multiple businesses and have over 100 domain names. It's really possible that the dreams that I had aren't just visions and they're not just on a board, but that they came into reality, a realm that I wanted them to happen to. And it was so exciting to have this conversation. Like, that's who you are. You're the type of energy where random little girls, 15, 16, 17, were like, are you a celebrity? Are you a celebrity? Oh my God, are you Mark Saint? You're Mark Saint. Oh my God, And I'm like, this isn't the first time it's happened. Some lady thought that I had been on a TV show or something. It was during my birthday. I'll never forget. We were at the Red Rocks and she wanted my autograph. And I'm like, lady, I'm not who you think that I am. And she's like, I don't care. Still give me your autograph. And that's where it went to. I mean, everybody would love to have the respect of their peers. Everybody would love to be successful. And I'm sure everybody wants to be rich. But riches, what you mean by riches? I'm rich in life. That I can be of service to my friends and be value added and pay people back and pay it forward and share my big heart. My buddy said, you inspired me. He's lost 50, 60 pounds or something, Brian Anderson. And he said, you inspired me. I'm like, you're the third person this week to say I inspired him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And I'm like, how did I inspire you? He was like, you went and fucking did it, bro. You showed me that you don't need an invitation to give, and that giving, other people showed up in droves and helped you give. They helped me to help other people. And then my buddy helped me yesterday. And I was like, so needy, bro. I needed a shower. I needed a meal. I needed my phone back on. And he helped me with all those things. And I was just like, dude, I can't thank you enough. And he's like, thank me enough? Hell, it was my Vietnamese family that made this meal. You just made the rice. You made it yourself. And that's what it's about. That you make your energy do something for yourself and for the world, more importantly. Everybody's like, oh, I just want to help people. How do you want to help people? Am I helping people right now by walking outside in the forest and getting a good little bit of exercise? I say so, because now I'm calm. You spend 5 minutes next to the water, my vibration gets better. Just got off the phone with 2 hours with my spiritual mentor, Terry Prince, and we're just talking about how life is unraveling. And instead of talking about the death of my friend Enzo, we're talking about living life, that I even got to meet a legend like him, having one of the best discotheques in Europe, and then going off to Thailand, and then escaping Thailand prison and going to Brazil and speaking Portuguese and just being an awesome individual. That's what I aspire to. I aspire to leave my Mark Marketing on the world, make your mark, and that I punched my hole into the universe and said I existed. Maybe I didn't get to stay here long. I was here for a short time, not a long time. I was here for a good time. And while I was here on this planet, I did something with my time. I did something with my ideas and with my visions. And Plastic Pocket Challenge, you got to pick up the trash where you see it. But that's where it started to transpire for me, that I wasn't just going to expire. I was going to inspire before I expired, that I was going to not be afraid of my dreams. And then my friends are sitting around like, really, you're going to talk to beautiful women? And I'm like, yeah, that's my challenge to myself. The challenge to travel the world with no money. The challenge to start a business that nobody believes in. You go do the same. I defy you to go sit there with an iPad and go to Mallorca, Spain, and sit at the train station or the bus station and ask girls if they would follow your page or model for you, only for them to unfollow you or block you later or take away their like. Would you be able to do something like that, to boldly go some places where you didn't think you could go or make it in your life? And this is why it's the challenge of it. The challenge of it is for us to see how far we can push it, because eventually it'll end. And that was one of the things that I was waking up early this morning, like 6 a.m. was just like, man, I didn't want him to leave the game. He's a friend of mine, and I didn't want him to leave the game. Plastic Pocket Challenge, y'all. And unfortunately, the game ends. It's not if you die, it's will you live before you die? Do you have the possibility inside to make yourself get ignited? This inner energy to be able to lift it off the couch and say, okay, that wasn't just a fart of an idea. That was a vision. And if I put some ignition to that, some fuel to this fire, it'll burn. And that's what we do. We tend to burn out, or we don't let each other burn or make anything else happen. Good morning. And that's what ends up happening. You had a space, you had a time, you had a possibility, but you looked at the situation and thought negatively. You didn't kill the automatic negative thoughts. You didn't go for a walk and exercise the demons. You didn't make your mind do the mental push-ups that our energy provides. Our energy woke us up, and then it's going to go for cravings, it's going to go for habits, it's going to go for cycles. Good morning. And then you got nothing to say to yourself, but did I do something while I was alive? Did I capitalize on my time? Did I get scared of my own thoughts and my process and my being? Or did I develop, maturize, and go and be all that I could be? And that's like, I mean, it's not like an army, you know. I think it's the army that does that, you know, be all that you can be. Yeah, in the army, yeah, I think that's their claim to fame. But more than meets the eye. Let's do the Transformers. More than meets your eye, and what lies you tell yourself of why you can't do what you're supposed to do. And that's all you need, is a big enough why, a big enough W, to pull off whatever you need to do. I'd be like, can you lift a regular car? You'll be like, no, why? And I'd be like, if your child was under it, would you? All of a sudden you're fucking She-Man, you know what I mean? It don't even matter, She-Hulk or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, because you have a big enough reason to make it happen. And a lot of us, we're scared of making it happen, Captain. That's why I have a Make It Happen shirt. We're afraid that people might judge us or misunderstand us or start talking shit about us. They don't care. They're so self-obsessed. They're not doing anything but stress. They're not looking at their blessings and sharing their light and sharing their knowledge and explaining how to travel the world, or how to be a better parent, or a better human, or just to bring that light forth into the world. We all have an inner light, but it's a question of, are you going to light it up? You know, are you going to light it up, or are you going to diminish? Are you going to be scared of what's going to possibly happen, or you can't wait to get excited of what will actually happen? That's the question of our lives. You know, not all of us have the ability to see our bullshit for what it really is, right? It's our own bullshit. It's the story we tell ourselves. It's the story we tell other people. It's that third mask, you know, the one we show the world, the one we show our friends and family, and the one that we show ourselves. Well, like I said last week, this is fuck it mask off, bro. I've been able to take my mask off and say, why not me? You know what I mean? It's this why not? Lao Tao Kun, up to you. Why not climb that tree? Oh, because you'll fall from the coconut tree. You want to climb the coconut tree? Climb the coconut tree. Guess what? You'll be the one to fall. And it's also that accountability that gives me the power within it all. But it's like, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm really the guy that did Weed for Vegas magazine. And holy shit, I did the Summer of Weed festival, and sure, it was an epic fail, but I still tried, and even though some of my babies died, I still continue on. And my friend, he's not with us anymore, but he'll always be inside me, and that's the living legend that I perceive, not only that I am, but are my friends, and they will always be with me. He will always be the Mo, you know. He used to say a Mo. You know, like, it's just funny sayings and the gentle way he handled situations, and the man that he was within. He wasn't that tall, and he didn't weigh that much, but he carried a large stick. You know, you could feel that big dick energy, that Superman power that we all have inside of us if we look within. If we're not afraid to look at the butterflies. You see this little white butterfly? Isn't that amazing? Oh, wow. Not afraid to go up to the next flower and sniff it and pollinate it and make something happen. Not afraid of what dreams may come and not play the nightmares over and over in our heads. To be able to say, I want to live. You know, I love my life, bro. I love my life so much, man. I can't help but keep screaming. I love my life. And it was something that it didn't always take place. It wasn't always that way. I didn't always feel that way. I felt like, man, how am I going to not stress out about these bills? They're imminent. No, my anxiety was telling me that they were imminent. What I didn't have was the bravery to make it past it. You know, make it past like I'm more than my bills. You know, I'm more than my bank account or whatever number it is. You know, you're more than your fucking khakis. And it really needs to be said, not only through Fight Club and not only through movies, but through a perspective. And it's a lens that only you can earn once you've walked through the fire. The pendant man shall pass. You'll get a chance to actually last in your life to go, you know what? I was tripping about them bills. And then years went by and I'm not thinking about it anymore. That bill from 15 years ago that you swear was going to end your life and this is what ends me, guess what? This too shall pass. And the time will pass. But what will last is if you actually do something with the energy while you have it. That's some morning motivation right there, to actually capitalize on this thing called our life. Do something with the breath in your lungs. Use the energy and the thought process and make it outcome. You know, just like it's not just a flinch or a fart or a twinkle. It's now a new logo, a new business, a new opportunity. It's no longer a woulda, shoulda, coulda. It was I did, I saw, I conquered, you know, and that in itself makes you powerful. Everybody wants power. Nobody wants to be weak. Nobody wants somebody else telling them what to do or when to do it or when to be there to do it, but to live it, to actually be alive and said, I did something with my life. You know, I created a brand. I saw with my own eyes the world. You know, most people don't ever get to travel the world, and I do it so often, I take it almost for granted, but the memories come back of all these awesome experiences that I've had, and I'm so grateful. I wouldn't trade them for anything in the world. Not a big pile of money, not a big chunk of time. I spent that time, and so did Enzo, and the mark that we leave on the world will echo in eternity. That's it. You know, it's not like you get to take it with you. No one gets to live forever. No one gets to take it with them, but it's important that you fucking put some wear and tear on these tires, right? Get some wrinkles going, you know, maybe a couple dents and danks, but that's what life's about. Ups and downs, smiles and frowns, being able to say that I kept smiling in the face of danger. You know, I kept believing even when I wasn't seeing, and I doubled down on myself, so therefore I have my own inner power to rely upon. It's not like I'm looking for it somewhere else. It's not going to be on a shelf. You know, you can't sell you good friends on a shelf. Trust, love, and loyalty. That doesn't come at Costco. There's no special on that, but it is special. And life is special. And when we start treating it that way, like this is a special game that we get to play. And if you do get to wake up and be alive, then do something with your life, you know? This is that high life, you know what I mean? To do something up high that you can be proud of, that you didn't think was even achievable, or people couldn't even see it or believe it. They're like, what are you talking about? Travel the world. Now they know Mark ain't never coming back, bro. Like I get a fast track, and they're like, I can't wait till you get back. I want to do this photo shoot. I want to film. I want to be a part of your energy. I want to wear your brands. And I'm like, patiently wait. One of my favorite porn stars is like, I have to await your arrival. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, bro, that's what energy is about. I would love to have my favorite porn star love me and my exes still want me or never have made any mistakes possibly. But I also got to live and to experience that, to where people are reaching out to me and Reliable Models is growing and they can't wait to wear my brands, and I can't wait to explore more of this world and see Vietnam and next month. And I've never even been to Vietnam, but I've been to Southeast Asia so much, and I'm not even worried about it. My challenge to my life is to live it fully in honor of my friends that don't live anymore and make my life explore. Right? I want to explore this thing called life. I wanted to see it through. It's like, why did I get this vision? Anti-slip slippers, faceless porn, motivated juice. They're all domain names. They're all mine, and I'm all going to develop them all because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I'm intrepid. That means brave. And I practiced it. You're looking at 10,000 hours of hard work, of toiling by myself, doing my homework in high school, going through college when my car would overheat, persevering when I didn't think it was possible. And then I come here and watch these ducks just float on by, right down the river, no lie. And you see only the calm. What you don't see underneath is the storm. And each one of us has battles inside of us that no one else can see. And that's when I started to realize it was more human then being, that we have our own energy, which is our being, and then we have our humanness, which is in our nature. So we're going to still have sexual urges. We're going to still have wants and needs, and we're still going to go, I need to breathe. I need water. I need food. These are like my 3 bad habits: food, clothing, and shelter, like my dad used to say. But I also had to be a part of my life in every way. I had to be able to kiss beautiful women, have them wear my clothes and film it. I wanted to touch different places around the world and see it, and actually be a part of it and taste their food and their culture. And I also wanted to meet the people. It's these people that keep me going. It's my friends yesterday for giving me 50 euros when I needed it to have groceries. Or my other friend gave me 200 euros so I could turn my phone back on. And the shower and the food and all the friendship. It was just everything that I needed has been provided to me. And it's not through a bank account, and it's not through a corporation, and it's not through some misunderstanding. It's from energy. And when you have character currency, that's what I call it. Your character is your currency. Then you're not just a do-gooder, but you're also a good soul, a good Samaritan, somebody that will pay back in things that are worth more than money. Like when my friends need help at the Murky and they're at the lake house, I got you, bro. I'll shovel a whole fucking pile 2 times, sand and gravel, just because you're my boy and you help me out. But it's also, I'm gonna take care of mine, and I'm gonna take care of this thing called my body, and it's gonna be body, mind, body, and soul. Body, mind, and soul. Because first you see the body. You're like, ooh, she got a body? Okay, naughty. And then you see the mind, and you're like, okay, there's something upstairs. Okay, let's explore. And then if you're lucky, somebody will show you their soul. So that's what I did. I opened up my soul. I said, look, man, I'm going to wear these shirts, even if they get ripped and burnt up. There's Saints brand in there somewhere. I'm going to approach people. Even if I get nervous or they might reject me, I'm still going to do that. And I'm going to honor my friends, even if they're not around, for the Chris Pia and the Damien, what's Damien's last name? Damien's name, and Terry Zwirling. I lost 3 friends before my last 3rd trip around the world. And then now I'm starting again, and it's always happening. It keeps churning. Life keeps on churning. If you don't believe me, look at fall. The colors are starting to change in the leaves, y'all. This is already the first sign that summer's over, and I got to change. I get to change from Finland to Vietnam to Thailand to wherever I want to go. And that's what I asked for. I asked for the ability to see the world. It was the biggest quest of mine, that all these beautiful girls would be wearing my clothing, and I would be super successful, not just successful, but super successful, and not afraid anymore, not afraid of my own shadow, not afraid of my own thoughts, not afraid of my own words. And here I am standing on this bridge, this beautiful bridge around Finland, all to myself, getting morning exercise every morning, stretching out my body, feeling within every soul. The DNA is growing, and so is my energy. And that's what took place. The guy said, move around so it helps your digestion before you sleep. Fasting, intermittent fasting has been tremendous for me. And the ability to just think. Like, I don't see my emotions anymore and wear it on my sleeve. Instead, I tell my emotions what to do. I tell it to go take a hike. We're not going to do a 3-week depression because Enzo died. No, we're going to go celebrate his life and talk about all the beautiful women. And then I would have been able to, the beautiful feelings that I got and memories celebrated. And that I even got to meet someone as fucking cool as him in my life. I'm blessed. So in honor of Enzo, and his amazing life, I'm going to light this joint for him. He was an honorable Weed Club member. He's now going to be in the Hall of Fame. Old school stoner, started the game, and I'm going to carry this torch and this joint with me to the end for him, because hell, my story will end, but not before I fucking live. And that's why we're having this conversation. Bless up, Saints Addiction, join Weed Club. And that's me every morning, rising and shining, growing and learning, reaching and preaching, reach, teach, and preach every morning, because that's what life's about, man. To go and tell somebody, man, you don't have to be in depression. Come exercise with me, Oh, your ex wants to cheat on you with your best friend? Well, come exercise with me. Let's smoke a couple joints and let's walk till the end. It's not the reality that you wanted to see. No worries, bro. Let's paint a different picture. I'll start making you laugh, distract you, and come up with other alternatives. It doesn't have to be the end, el fin. In fact, it's a transfer of energy. And that's why I'm having this conversation this morning. It's like, you can let your thoughts kill you. And trust me, I have. suicidal thoughts, narcissistic tendencies, automatic negative thinking. All of those things had to be overcome. And even sometimes it still happens. But what I don't let it happen is interrupt all this blessings. This ability for me to shine my light and reach, preach, and teach to people about life. And we're going to go on tour, me and Terry Prince, and we're going to go around the world and talk to people about energy and talk about believing before seeing, and also about doing, being a man of action and taking bold steps to be whatever you want to be. If the vision came to you, it's happening to you. It's happening for me. It's happening for you. And that's what we want to see. We want to see the ability to keep shining even if the cloud comes through. You see that plane? I see a plane. Can't see the private jets flying over you. It's cutting right through the clouds, baby. Right through the clouds, baby. And that's what I'm saying. It's a blessed life. I don't care if it won't let me go live on my YouTube, or it wouldn't work on the Facebook Live, or even Instagram Live. I'm living my real life. And that's why I pinch myself. It's not something that I get to tell somebody else's story or listen intently and wishing or get secretly envious. No, I got to say, man, I'm going around the world for the 4th time, pinch myself. And I literally sat there, sold the condo, sold the car, sold the career, and said, I'm going to go now before everything ends, and even traveled more during COVID and kept pushing this thing called my life. If I'm going to be alive, I'm going to do something with my life. I love my life. Did I catch her? Did I catch anybody? I hope I caught somebody. And usually somebody echoes it back, because that's what we need to be doing. We need to be screaming to the skies, to the stars, to the sun, and say, thank you for rising me up. Thank you for letting me live. Thank you for letting me meet Enzo and beautiful human beings like him. Thank you for letting me go on this beautiful earth with the freshest water on earth and the freshest air. Thank you for letting me see these beautiful sights that other beautiful human beings built. And yeah, sure, there can be some darkness, and yeah, sure, there can be some negativity. It's the whole consciousness. That's why it's mostly saints. It's the halo and the horns, but it's how you live in your balance. Do you even attempt to leave these dark zones? Are you just highlighting all the misery and complaining and wasting your time being frustrated? Or do you take that energy and turn your anxiety into excitement? Do you make the whole story? Only you can write your next chapter. I remember watching that. I think I was in Scotland or something, talking about this joint. It's on a microphone. Stop sucking it and stop talking and suck it. This is my life. This is my journey, and I'm so blessed to be able to put my name on my brand, put some respect on my name, and that people can feel my energy of who I am. It's more than just the power of the beard. It's more than just the saint sunglasses, saint shades, saint slides. The saints addiction shorts. The saints addiction shirts. It's me expressing myself honestly, openly, and completely, and that's bravery. That's what is intrepid about me, is that I just said I would do it, and I did it. And my buddy was right. People came around and started to help. Same with picking up trash in Thailand. Everybody just started coming off the beach, getting off their asses off of their bungalows and hammocks, and they started to help me pick up trash. And I was like, this is amazing. It's so amazing what a spark can do. One candle can light 1,000,000, and that's a Buddhist philosophy, but it's true. If you're not afraid to do the do, and everything you want is on the other side of your fear. Don't cross that bridge till you get to it. Just go. Boldly go. And that's what we do on Star Trek. Boldly go. More than meets the eye, Transformers, and live before you die. So not every man dies, but not every man lives. And that's your boy Braveheart. So I want you to be brave. I want you to go live this life. It's meant and intended for that destination. And yeah, we go through some things in life, but it makes sure that you grow through them too. They're teaching us lessons. And as soon as we pass those levels, we unlock something inside of ourselves, and that's our inner power. So I wanted everybody to feel that this morning. My friend died, and I'm passing the torch on to him. I'm so grateful to have this life. I didn't always love it, but now I love my life so much I can't see anything without it. So for those that are going through that patch, or have lost love, or lost a friend, I'm here for it, to say, now it's your turn to live. It's your turn to live for them. Go to those places that they would go. Go to their favorite restaurant. Eat their favorite food. Honor them. Keep their name in your mouth. Put some respect on their name, and watch the rest of your fame, light, love grow. And that's what I'm doing this morning. Motivation. If you got anything out of this, you already know. Like, share, and subscribe below. But as always, peace and love. and Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And then I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. The other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. Peace. Thank you for watching this show. Make sure you go over to YouTube and subscribe. I go live every morning. I don't have time to do it on every platform that I have. I'm too busy living my blessed life, and it is a blessing to be alive, and that's what I'm reflecting on this morning. So for all my friends out there, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to live, because it is a blessing. Amen. Peace. I'll see you on the other side.